See that right there? That means we are live. Welcome to R is Untitled. I'm R Jones, aka R, and I'm your host slash moderator. And joining me tonight, as always, the guy from the BX just took off his hat. Now he resides in North Carolina. Dominic Donato. He is here. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Let's
Also,
roll.
also, he put his mic on mute. Sir Reggie, he'll be with us if he's not having a bowling ball in his hand. And also joining us is Sir David, my best friend from Hollis. I'm not gonna spoil. They know
Cheers.
where it's at. But yeah, cheers, buddy. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well, doing well. How about
All right.
yourself?
I'm hanging, man. Like I said, it's a long day. I just told Dom and Reggie. I said I don't know how long I'm gonna be on tonight because I
Here we
worked
go.
till I got.
What?
Hey, I
I
worked
know.
last night till midnight.
Yeah.
Woke up.
I
I
got
had to
What
go back in at 9. You know
I
what
Damn.
got
I'm
a
saying?
you got
I
to
got
be?
to ask
What time you got to
Dave
be
a
to work
question.
tomorrow?
8 a.m. 8
Oh
a.m.
wow.
and
Oh,
and
you
leave at
got
8
plenty of
p.m.
time.
You wilding out, B. I'm 61. The body don't react like
No
it used
shit.
They
I,
don't.
the body
They
don't
didn't.
react like it used to.
I gotta ask Dave a question
Yeah.
from the last show. Have you ever told your wife what I did for a living?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. That's why she told me you better apologize.
My man.
Exactly.
I was just telling R, Dave. I said I feel bad when
Right.
I say, man, today was a long day. And then I
Right.
hear R
Yeah.
worked till
So
Well,
so
midnight, had to be to work at 9.
so
I
they
said,
yo,
let
don't
me
they don't
shut up.
celebrate they don't celebrate or recognize Juneteenth on your job, huh?
no, actually they do.
No. Okay. Well,
They do.
they just don't extend it to the employees.
Yeah. Well, that's another
Yeah.
story in itself. That's another story in itself. But before I go on, let's do this, ladies and
Uh-oh.
gentlemen. Do me the honor, the pleasure, the privilege of liking, sharing, and subscribing to R is Untitled. That is a YouTube channel. The name of the YouTube channel is R is Untitled. Let's get on board. I like to see about 1,000 subscribers. So the road starts with one. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on now.
Is
All
your
right.
lady your newest subscriber?
Uh-oh.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I got no problem with that.
Is that
You know,
live?
oh man, that is
Uh,
foul,
No,
foul,
she actually wears a two-piece.
foul, foul. You know what? I was gonna start with a little bit of sports, like with the Knicks, and of course tomorrow's a big
wow.
fight. Tomorrow's a big fight in Vegas.
Mm.
Canelo out. You know what? Let's talk about that, and then I'll get to that Broad City Steele a little bit later.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't. Let me not even go there. Let me just save that one. All
Mm.
right. Tomorrow night, Canelo Alvarez going against Terrence Crawford. They both weighed in at 167.5. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's to the point I want to see the fight, but I really don't care who wins. I just want to see something competitive. That's the tip that I'm coming from. A lot of like, yeah. Excuse me for a second. One of my boys was like, I can't stand. As a matter of fact, it was Lawrence Tucker. He
Mm.
was like, I can't stand Bud. He was like, he's just boring to me. He's from where? Idaho or some nonsense. He's from or Nebraska. He's from Nebraska, and he just doesn't like him whatsoever. I just find it hilarious. I said, dude. I said the guy is an accomplished boxer. I said, he's one of the best right now, pound for pound, and you just don't like him at all. He's I can't stand that dude. So I just found that funny, and I get it, but I don't know, man. Everybody's picking Crawford that I come across. I kind of see a little upset happening. I think Canelo can actually win because they're fighting at 168. And just like I mentioned a few minutes ago, their weight is 167.5. Bud last fought, he was like 153 and change. To add 14, 50 more pounds to his frame, is the power still going to be the same when he hits Canelo? So I don't know. I think Canelo might put it on him. A lot of people are going to be upset.
Mm.
Any thoughts on the fight or not really?
Well, I'm going to excuse myself from this because I'm not a fight fan, so I don't know anything about it. I can't
Okay.
listen. They both win. They're getting paid. They both
Yeah,
win.
Yeah.
well, you got that right. You got that right. You know?
I didn't realize how old they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking
Canelo's
at
getting up
it
there.
now because I'm like, Dave, I
Okay.
ain't that
All
big of
good.
a fight. But
Okay,
it's on Netflix, so I could probably watch it because it should be
for
free,
sure.
right?
It should be.
Maybe if the Bishop was on, you might get a better response. But
Nobody's really interested. Okay, well, it is what it is.
I gave up on boxing a while ago, as we
All
all
right.
know.
We said that a
Okay.
while ago too, didn't we?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Hopefully these guys come in and whatnot so we get into this other stuff. So with that being said, the New York Knicks, Dom, David, Reg.
Dom at the same time.
They made some moves, man. I figured they was gonna re-sign Landry Shamet. I wanted them to sign.
Did you say Laundry Shamet?
Laundry, whatever
Shamet.
his name. I'll just
Oh,
call
I
him
made the
Shamet.
brother French.
Yeah. Laundry.
Shamet.
Whatever, Mr. Shamet.
So they finally got Brogden, huh?
Yeah, that's the guy I wanted
Yeah.
all along. To be honest with you, I mean, if he
Yeah,
stays healthy, if he stays on the court, it's a good move. I feel it's a good move. And actually, Dom, you don't like Brogdon?
No, I hate to say, is it a day late and $2 short or 2 days late?
Yeah, there is a danger to that, but I don't think that you're not relying on him
Right,
like a
exactly.
starter. And
Yeah.
I think they did a good job solidifying their bench in that regard. So yeah.
I'm just saying,
But
man.
that's the Knicks nicking. You know,
That's
you
where,
always
guys,
get guys after the fact.
Yeah.
I go to the Knicks roster,
Yeah,
and he's in the injured category.
he is.
Ankle.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, he's been like that for a few years now.
Yeah, that's
If I'm
what
not
I was
mistaken.
gonna say. That.
He's been like that for a few years. But the thing is, though, man, when he's healthy and he plays, he can give you good quality. We're not talking about a guy that's going to be playing 35 minutes a night.
Right.
No.
Right.
I mean, if he could just contribute for like 7 minutes here, 10 minutes there, I think it's a good move. The only thing is he has to just be on court.
Well, it's not like they signed Ben Simmons. So, there is a prospect of him getting on the court as opposed to
exactly
Mr. Fashion Week.
You got that right.
He's 33 years old.
Okay.
I mean, all right, that's not old, man. Come on.
No, I'm not saying he's old, or I'm saying
he's half our age.
Years old.
He ain't young.
Oh man, you throwing shots already, man?
No,
he hasn't.
He hasn't. He played over 60 games once in the last 7 years.
Right.
His points are legit. I mean, even though his minutes went down, he still was averaging only 24 games, 12 points a night.
Mm-hmm.
He was never a good 3-point shooter.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, he shot 28% last year.
Mm-hmm.
He played for the Bullets, the Wizards. I just think it makes me think again that this is how much confidence you had in that bench last year. You go and get this senior citizen. So now you're telling me this guy that everybody thought was the next coming of the white Nate Archibald, Kolek, where does he go?
Is he still on the roster? Yeah. By the way,
for now, yeah.
So you got him. You got Deuce. You got Brogden. Wow.
Kolek. I think we can give up on thinking Deuce is ever going to play point guard. Can we agree with that? I don't think he's ever going to play point guard.
Right.
I think we already said, hey, he's a 5'2" shooting guard.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
They gave him probably 5 minutes at point guard.
And they were like, nah, you ain't it. You ain't it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hear you, man.
I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me think, you're going with all these elder spokesmen. What happened to all that youth and that bench and all that good shit we got between him and Shamet? They got to be like 120 years old. Shamet
how old is Shamet?
Laundry Shamet.
Look.
They got Juicy Smollett on it.
Yeah.
How old is that guy?
Talking about his sister, though.
Oh man, the hell with her.
I like her.
The hell with her, man.
Landry Shamet.
Landry Shamet.
3. He ain't that old.
Nah, that's what I kind of figured. Let me take a guess. I would say he's 29.
Yeah. Yep. He'll be 29.
See,
He'll be
there it is.
25.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was like, old. I'm
I
like,
mean,
nah.
he's bounced around the league. One,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in
Right,
6 years.
right. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm not gonna deny that.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna deny that. But you know what? I want to talk a little about Mike Brown and whatnot.
Mhm.
Like last show we was talking about the newcomers in for the NBA. You know, guys going to different teams and what their expectations of it. We never really got into Mike Brown.
No.
Not really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you think? I know how you feel, Dom, already because you was like, well, Tibbs is you know, he brought us back from nothingness and led us
Right.
to a conference final. You know, he did the 50 win and then 51 wins or whatnot consecutive years. For the expectations for Mike Brown is high
Gotta
for
be.
you and for probably a lot of Knicks fans. It's
I
Oh,
high.
think they would have to be. They would have
Yeah,
to be high.
yeah,
the thing I think should quell some of the high standards if people really sit back. You fired a coach that brought you from obscurity to conference finals.
right.
Check. And this dude was out there 4th pick. It wasn't like Mike Brown was, hey, we're gonna get rid of Dave and we're
This
going
is
to get
true.
Mike Brown in the morning.
Right,
You
right,
Yeah.
tried hiring everybody else's coach for 6
right.
months. And then hey Dave, you want to coach?
Yeah.
That sort of made me feel like the Knicks, like Reggie said, Knicks
The
be
Knicks be
nicking.
nicking.
Yeah.
That made me think, here we go again. You know,
Well,
this guy isn't no,
that falls on management.
Yeah.
yeah, of
That
I think
falls
course.
that
on management.
I think that's a fair point, but I think also the other thing is if we got rid of Tibbs, who had the resume that he did, I think that anybody who comes in there, there's going to be expectations from the fans that you better maybe they're not realistic or reasonable or even fair, but
Right.
you're put in a position where it's better work because
Well,
there were going to be a lot of fans like a Dom who would say, "Listen, you had Tibbs."
right, right.
So
I
Some of
think
them, Dave, it's not our again our age.
yeah,
It's not our age as Knicks fans. They will come up with an excuse because 75% of y'all wanted to get rid of Tibbs no matter how far he took us because he can't take us but so far. Bishop's one of them. Let's not get it twisted. Bishop's
Yeah.
one of them.
right.
But now it's all of a sudden going to change to, well, it's his first year. Watch, this is going to happen, guys. If they get off to a slow start, hey, Art just became the coach. To me, guys, he was again your 3rd, 4th pick.
Well,
Shit.
Let's call it what it is.
and what is that, sir?
Your man, the leader, Dolan, came from under whatever fucking rock he was under, and he had to put his stamp on the situation. Again, was it baby steps? Tibbs got us playing better. He took us to semis. Then he took us to the conference finals. Every year he showed progression. Now this year, and I'm with Dom, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't have misgivings about Tibbs because I did. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what? He didn't regress in anything. He got better players. They went a little bit further than, his first year, his second year. So the year before when we lost to Indiana in the semis, we were hurt. You understand? I think if we wasn't hurt, did we stand a chance? I would say we did. But this year was abysmal. That first game loss, I think that was the one that got him off the hot seat, the proverbial hot seat, and that's what basically, happened why he got fired. I don't think it was anything else but that, other than Dolan coming from whatever rock he was under, and that's what it was. But no, I think I believe in my heart of hearts he should have stayed. He should have got one more year. If this year he didn't go to the finals, then yeah. But he should have definitely been here this year.
Remember what I told y'all, man. For all those years, Dolan stood under a rock. It was because they was building that sphere in Vegas.
He just stayed his ass in Vegas.
They finally got done with it last year. It opened, and they do a lot of remake movies with all of this. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I saw it. The Wizard of Oz one.
He actually was on that. What is it? Good Morning America Sunday edition, or whatever that is with Jane Pauley.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's open. So now Dolan, is he going to be Dolan again? I don't know. I hope not, to be honest.
Well, you know what?
But it took about 5 years to build this shit, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like the fact that, you know, Reg and Dom, you guys had said that you would give him 1 more year. You know, I like to believe that as well. Before I go on, let me bring Mr. Live. Your mic is live, and also the Bishop is here. Your mic is live. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate that. Hopefully you guys are good.
Yes,
you guys are good. All right. Good to have you on, Bishop. What's up, brother?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on,
What's up,
man?
Bish?
You know what?
Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. You know, but again, about bringing Tibbs back for another year. I would like to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because actually, this upcoming season is their greatest. Hold on. Hear me out. Hold on. Is there?
I'm choking.
Damn, you all right, man? Somebody put Heimlich on this brother, please.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is this upcoming season is their best chance for a championship, or to be in at least be in the NBA Finals. This is their best chance. Because you don't have to worry about Boston. On paper, okay, granted. You don't have to worry about Boston. You damn sure don't have to worry about Indiana.
Right.
You don't have to worry about Philly.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you don't really have to worry about Milwaukee, to be honest.
You're right. Right.
I mean,
right. I mean, as much as you got to worry about Cleveland, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
anything
and Detroit ain't going to be no pushover either.
The year before that, if you
Detroit is. I don't think Detroit was. I'm gonna tell you, this is a hot take for me. Detroit wasn't as good as everybody made them out to be. They were a tough team. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, you know what I'm saying? That playoff, man, was they had this incredible player. The motherfucker wore stripes and had, you know what I'm saying, blue whistles and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was fantastic in that fucking series. You understand what I'm saying? He turned Cabe and all the motherfuckers. And the only thing that didn't happen for them was point shaving ass Beasley. You know what I'm saying?
So live to your point, Detroit wasn't really that good. They wasn't really that good. However, the person that we had at the helm was incapable of taking advantage of taking advantage of the mismatch that we had in that series. So we played down to Detroit and actually made that series competitive.
Made that actually. I agree. I agree.
They really had nobody to match up. They really had nobody, and I know what a certain somebody's gonna say. Well, Detroit is up and coming, and Cave.
I ain't gonna
blah,
say
blah,
shit.
Blah.
I'm gonna say the players.
No, I didn't say you. I didn't say you.
I'm just saying. I know where you're going.
I didn't say you, but I'm just saying that team was not on the Knicks' level, and we allowed
absolutely
them,
not.
And
absolutely
we allowed
not.
them to make it a series and even put a scare in us in a few games because we just did not know how to get out of a paper bag.
Anybody who got an argument about that, all you got to do is say Tobias Harris.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Again, they're playing a 5 against Cat. You understand what I'm saying? That's never happening. That's never. I don't care if you. I used to like Tobias Harris, right? But that's never happening. That is not happening on the ball court and
then you never give him the ball. And then you never give him the ball.
Right. It's not happening.
Hold on. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. Everybody here on the panel, how many of us have played basketball?
Like professional? I mean, I played ball.
Play basketball, period.
Yeah.
A little bit here and there.
just about
Okay.
everybody, I guess.
A little bit here and there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
During our time when we were playing,
Right.
we had a big man.
Right.
Okay.
Our big man was not at the 3-point line.
No.
Okay.
So,
Oh no! Hold on. Oh, hear me out.
Let
Hear
him
me
talk.
out. Now, out of all 6 of us, let's just say Bishop was a point guard.
Right.
Okay.
Are you going to give your big man the ball at the 3-point line, or are you going to tell him to take his ass down in the post?
Go tell him take his ass to the post.
Take a post, right?
Exactly.
Right. Okay. This is a point guard. You don't need a coach to tell your big man to do that. So if you got Tobias Harris guarding you and you got him by at least a good 3 inches, 4 inches, you're supposed to be cooking this dude.
Supposed to be.
He never did it. So you can't put that on the coach.
But what you
remember
what you need to understand is the offensive scheme that the Knicks were running was Brunson was dominating the ball and trying to shoot over 6'7", 6'8" guys with long arms. So it wasn't the offensive scheme that they were running was not designed for him to get the ball.
Right.
And then when he did get the ball, it was beneficial, but it was far and few in between. So it's not a function of hey, I'm gonna go down in the post, because they just weren't passing him the ball.
So who was that on?
Josh
who
Hart.
was that on to see the mismatch?
It was
Is it
Josh
coaching?
Hart. It was Josh Hart.
Is it the coach's fault, or is
The coach ain't write up a game? To Bishop's point, the coach didn't write up a game plan to shut them down. They should have ran the ball through Cat. They should have ran the ball through Cat. They was running. They was running it through Chuckman Jr.
Fucking IQ of a tomato. You know what helped? You know what really helped Towns? Believe it or not.
What's that?
Kid Durant was in his ass, but he was in foul trouble almost every game.
I agree with that.
Him. He outplayed him physically,
right?
Except for points. But
I just gave credit to the Stripes. The Stripes was calling all them bullshit ass calls
on Detroit.
No, Towns got stupid fouls. Towns getting stupid fouls. He was getting stupid fouls.
I'm talking about the guy that was checking Towns, not Towns.
Tobias Harris.
No, we're not talking. Y'all ain't even hear what I said. I must be stuttering. Their center, who was averaging about. Let me see.
Dorian.
Averaging like 15 rebounds a night. But he was also averaging 5-6 fouls a night. That's how Tobias Harris started guarding him. They didn't come out the gate with Harris guarding Towns.
If you got a guy like Harris,
the same game.
Come on.
Harris won them a game, putting him in foul trouble. Harris won them a whole game.
So
I think it might have been that first or the second playoff game.
But I'm saying after one option of checking Towns, it was Durant.
To your point,
who got in foul trouble.
To your point, what they started doing was because he was foul prone, they stopped matching him up against Towns. They started putting him on like Josh Hart and somebody else. They didn't match him. They didn't match him up against Towns. They had Tobias Harris guarding him from square one, and Tobias Harris was pounding on his chest and like hitting him fouls and clearing it out.
Shit like he a fucking stopper.
In the six games they played, guys, he had 5 fouls in 4 of those games.
Who? Durant. Duran.
Yeah,
right.
How we say
Duran.
Yeah,
Duran. Yeah,
he had 5 fouls in 4 of the 6 games.
But he was getting fouls off of Brunson. Like Brunson
I don't care how he got the fouls, guys.
Nah, he wasn't guarding Towns. He was
in foul trouble, and now we're putting Harris on Towns. And then again, to Reggie's point, you got a guy. I don't know how tall Harris is.
6'8".
I would assume he's about 6'6".
He's 6'8",
right?
6'7",
6'8". And you're still sitting out on the 3-point line. Let's not forget. Again, to Towns' point, God bless him. He wants to be the greatest outside shooting 7-footer in NBA history.
He did that.
Does it every night.
He said that. Yeah,
he said that.
Did you also see? Did you also see the game plan? So that's great. Did you also see the game plan? That the 2-man game between Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, where they were pity patting the ball and setting, and Josh Hart is setting the screen, and then going lateral, and then Brunson is passing him the ball. He'll hold it for like 3 seconds, then he'll pass it back to
Nova
Brunson.
ball. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nova
and then
ball.
he'll pass it back to Brunson,
Right.
and then at the end of it,
Right.
it always wound up with Brunson getting the shot, and everybody else standing around. You had Bridges standing around, you had OG standing around, you had Cat standing around watching the two of them play pity
Cat's
pat.
gonna stand around anyway. So
Play pity pat. But it wasn't just Cat. It was OG who was
no,
standing
I'm just
around.
saying, Cat's gonna stand around anyway.
But I'm just
I
saying,
told
like,
y'all from the get-go, guys, it ain't just talent. As much as I love the Knicks, and as far as they were probably the lowest basketball IQ in a group I ever saw, except for maybe OG Anunoby.
So how much of that is the coach?
IQ is like
how much of that is the coach?
Say it again live.
Come on, live.
Yeah.
The coach don't
I'm asking a question. I mean, I know the
live.
answer already, but how much of that is?
When's the last time you ever heard the coach improve somebody's basketball IQ?
So
that shit's junior high school level stuff, man.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay, hold up, guys. Hold up.
No, it's
okay, I want you to go stand here and then go there. This is the NBA, guys. I don't know what NBA.
We're not giving Carlisle credit for a masterful
he had better
game
players, man. I said this shit.
Again, we don't know that. Our players ain't get to play.
So,
hey, let me ask you a question.
I can prove what you just said wrong. I can prove what you just said wrong. You said that NBA coaches don't get guys' games better. So when
IQ,
JR
brought up IQ.
Okay, basketball IQ.
You know what
basketball
IQ is, right? Your intelligence level.
Basketball IQ.
All right.
So when J.R. Smith was on the Knicks, did he not? He came from Denver being a knucklehead. When J.R. Smith came to the Knicks, didn't he change his whole game based on coach? Based on the coach that we had so much.
Woodson got him on.
Let me jump in there.
Hold on.
Let me jump in there because I think to Dom's point. Okay, I work in a school. I know a lot of very smart knuckleheads. So a knucklehead can adapt based on who's in charge, but you're not going to raise his IQ. I think that what Dom is saying is, in the Knicks case, we had all the IQ guys were on the bench and the talented ones were on the court, but they weren't the same people. So I could take a group of very highly intelligent players, but they're not going to be the ones that are on the court if you're looking at talent. And so the coaches at this point in the NBA, it's not about raising the IQ to the point of them being able to function on the court. They should know those things already. And so I can't put that on Tibbs if we're talking IQ alone. Now there may be some things that a coach can look at and say, well, we can adjust this, but you've got to have the canvas before you can paint. And so
that's a great point. And Dom, I stand corrected. When you say IQ, I get what you're saying. So what I meant to say was putting players in positions to succeed. So I'm not going to make you smarter as a basketball player, but as a coach, I'm going to put you in a position where you can't fail. So I'm putting you in the position because you got all the tools, just like Dave said. You got all the tools because you're here. So I know you can play at a high level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the stage so that you can't fail.
Right.
So, and the example that I just gave you, it makes it very hard for you to fail. So the example that I just gave you, when J.R. Smith came from Denver, he was a chuck artist. He was competing with Melo to get the most shots, and it was like, yo, why did we get this guy? And then who was the coach? Who was that coach that's now he went to Indiana? The black guy. Who was that coach that got him the sixth man of the year? Or he was in the run-ins and he was averaging. It was the best year of his career almost. J.R. Smith, he got another contract off of it. He played out of his mind. So who is the coach that was responsible for putting him in that position so that it was almost impossible for him to fail based on the skill set that he brought to the table? And that's the coach's responsibility. So stop absolving
right,
of any responsibility and saying, hey, it's all on the players.
And we're gonna play 6.5 players because of that.
How do you win 51 games, get to a conference finals, and he didn't make nobody better?
Okay, and I can tell you,
let me finish. Did you get to the conference finals the year before that?
No,
you didn't. Did you win
you got beat
51
by
games
Indiana.
the year before? Let me finish, guys. Did you win 51 games the year before that?
No.
Did we improve year after year?
Yeah.
Thank you. So how could he have not done none of what you're saying?
But
we improved.
I don't think that's what Bishop is saying, though. He's not saying that.
Now you're saying he didn't put nobody in the position to do better.
He didn't put them. He didn't put. Okay. I'll give you a prime example of that.
Talk to me like I'm 5 years old.
Right. Okay. Watch this. Watch this.
Better, but
Carlisle said. Stewart. Right.
Yeah, there was a better.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Stewart was better. I'll give you that. Right. But Stewart didn't start. Stewart was the last man on the totem pole to hold Brunson after 4 other people was on him, and all he had to do was put a body on him. You know what I'm saying? You can hit. You know what I'm saying? When you open, hit your shots. You know what I'm saying? Press up full court. You know what I'm saying? From end to end, stay on Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Use your foul smartly and do that. That's a coach. That's what Stewart do. Stewart is not better than Deuce. Stewart, I don't even think Stewart better than Shamet. You understand what I'm saying? But Stewart was a key component and while Brunson was tired. You understand what I'm saying? That's coaching. You will never see Stewart start or even be the second man. He won't be the second man off the bench on no other team.
I just want to interject.
My question live.
Let me hold on.
That y'all say did not make nobody better, made them better year after year.
Yeah,
he made better. Who are you talking about?
But I'm saying nobody is saying that Tibbs didn't do an admirable job.
Right.
What I'm saying during the whole season, what I said to you was, with the talent that we have, we should be doing better. Like we shouldn't be losing games.
There you go.
Right.
You're right about that.
We shouldn't be losing games to Detroit. We shouldn't be losing games to some of these lower level teams. And that goes to
I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's why his ass got fired.
So let me try to figure y'all out for the last time.
Okay.
So every game they won, it was the players.
No.
See, you killing it. You killing it. You killing
I'm just
it.
asking. I'm asking the question.
No. Yeah, because obviously, Dom, what you're doing, your entire argument is not giving, not.
Help me understand it, guys. That's all I'm asking.
I mean, just think about what Tibbs didn't do. that's what you got to. Think about that, and that's why his ass got fired.
Okay, so it's Tibbs' fault that the players didn't do what they were supposed to do.
No,
right. That's what
absolutely not. Well, you know what? Watch this. If he lost them, then why the fuck we paying you $20 million?
Honestly,
right? If you're not listening to my game plan, why the fuck I need to be coaching?
It's one strategy.
Okay,
that aspect.
I'm not debating it. I'm just asking the question. Like I said, Tom is. I think that there was culpability on both sides.
Yes. Sure.
Of course.
I don't even think Bishop's saying not. I think he agreed with that too.
Right.
I agree with that. But to a degree, that's why his ass got fired. He deserved to be fired because there was more culpability on his ass. The year before that too. He should have been going the year before.
With the injuries, you don't give him an out.
Of course not. No, we don't do that. Just like we don't hold no
Okay,
player
he was
responsible.
supposed to be fired before everybody got injured. Stop them. See, that's what I'm saying.
God.
We revising.
So
We're
let's fire.
revising.
Let's fire.
I don't know
We don't
about that,
remember.
Live. I don't know
Yeah,
We
about
don't
that.
remember in
Stop.
the middle of the middle of that second season, his ass was about to be fired.
So you're going to fire the coach right after winning Coach of the Year. Not that it hasn't happened in the NBA.
Okay. So why even bring
not
that
that
up?
it hasn't
It
happened in
happened.
today's NBA.
It happens.
It
happens, yeah.
But just because it happens doesn't
Y'all
mean
act
it's
like
right.
y'all act like some brand new ass Knick fans. Like y'all
No,
have been so
that's
fucking
not
successful.
true, dog. That's not true.
Like y'all,
Not
y'all
true.
been, y'all been
All right.
so successful
All right.
that y'all
Listen.
got spoiled. My bad.
All right.
Y'all must have been rooting for a different Knick team.
Can I ask Live? Continue to talk with your hands so this way I know where you are on the screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, you wilding?
You can also turn the camera off.
What is that? It looks like something out of Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, we'll see this year, guys.
You're
Can I ask y'all
flashlight
a
these
question?
batteries.
Y'all two Mike Brown cheerleaders.
Nah,
So you're telling me we got to get to the finals, right?
Look,
what I'm saying to you
I'm looking for the same thing. I need an Eastern Conference final appearance. That's what I need.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I
I'm talking finals.
I know.
Eastern. We went there last year.
Right.
Yeah, and we lost.
Right.
So we got to go to the finals, right?
Okay,
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I hope so.
Well, that would
I
be
hope.
that
I
would
want to
be
go to the
considered
finals.
progress. Exactly.
No, I'm not asking
Right, but I'm not gonna kill Mike Brown if we don't get to the finals.
Of
I'm
course
not gonna
not.
kill. It's his
Why
first
not?
year.
Who will we kill if
let
we
me
don't
ask you.
make it?
So
Yeah,
I'm
who you gonna blame this time?
We kill whoever
his-
rightly supposed to get killed. Yeah, I mean, how can you automatically kill him? For, you know what I'm saying? For not reaching the finals.
Live. Have you ever seen a coach? Have you ever seen a coach other than maybe Phil Jackson? Phil Jackson, that has been given a ready-made team like this in the last 20 years?
Sure.
State?
Right.
No, they never got to the finals. They never got to a conference finals, Bishop.
Golden State?
They was a good team,
Steve
but
Kerr?
they never got to a conference finals.
No, Steve Kerr got a team that was on the cusp.
On the cusp.
And then he just took that and ran with it.
They didn't go to the conference finals, Bishop. That's what I'm saying.
You had
what about Nick Nurse? Nick Nurse won the whole last championship.
Yeah.
But they Toronto never got to a conference final.
Yeah,
until the year they won the finals.
They took advantage of an opportunity that presented itself.
I'm asking a simple question, guys.
No. Toronto lost to Cleveland in the conference finals. That's the year my man got fired winning coach of the year.
That was years ago.
But then they won. They won the championship the next year.
Once they got Kawhi, they traded.
What was his name? The coach. He won
Nick
coach
Nurse.
of the year. I want to know.
No. The coach that got fired.
The black coach.
Casey.
Dwayne Casey. Yes, Dwayne Casey. Yeah. That wasn't the year after that.
No. Yeah, it was.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
I mean, Dom, you got the computer, brother. But look that up. I'm not.
I am.
That's you know what I'm saying, because I'm because the year after Ben Casey got what they hired Nick Nurse, and then I think they won the championship right after.
They traded what's the boy name that played with
DeRozan.
Yeah.
They traded him, and I think he played there for a season, and then they traded him because they realized that they couldn't win with him, and then that's when they got Kawhi. So I think it was
Kawhi, right?
Yep. I think it was one season afterwards because LeBron was terrorizing the East. He was terrorizing the East, and specifically Toronto. So they realized they couldn't win with Lowry and DeRozan, so they got rid of DeRozan after that season, and then that following season, I believe
it was. He got fired in 2018, and they won in 2019.
Right. So this is
Mike Brown, right?
Yeah. I hope.
Okay. I'm just asking, guys.
So
I hope. You know what I'm saying? This is look. What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna put that kind of pressure on Mike Brown to be like, oh, you got to win it now. You got to win the whole shit.
Why not?
So
because that's it. But because it's almost unprecedented.
Live, can I respond?
Man.
Live, let me respond. So again, like I said earlier, Dom wants it both ways.
No,
yes,
I
sir.
don't.
Yes, sir.
He wants it. He
Yes,
wants
sir.
it both ways.
Yes, sir.
You want to be able to say, "Hey, Tibbs was a great coach, and we should have gave him some more leeway."
I
And
never
then you
said
also
that.
want to say, "No, that's what you're saying."
I never said it though. You could say what you think I'm saying, but I never said that.
So you saying he shouldn't have been fired?
No, R said that. R said he should have been given one more year.
I said also he definitely should have been given one more year.
As much as I've debated with you guys, honestly, you never heard me say he shouldn't have got fired.
Okay, so
right.
Nah, that's right. What you've been saying, but I'm saying what you've been saying.
But you fighting for that dude. Like,
indirectly, you've been part of his legal defense fund to be like, hey, he should have. He got him 50 wins, 2 50-win seasons back to back. The first time that they made the Eastern Conference Finals in the 60 years, and this and that, and blah blah blah. So what that says to me is indirectly. You
wanted to get one more year.
Wait a minute, guys. There's no
so
indirectly. There's no indirectly. Everything I gave y'all was fact. This isn't no indirectly or something I want to happen. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Rod.
That's okay. Hold on. Let me bring in Deer Gang is with us. Welcome to the show, brother.
Deer Gang.
What the hell?
Deer Gang.
There it
At
is.
least he ain't at McDonald's.
Right?
What up? What up, homies?
What up, homies? Go buck wild on here.
Oh Lord!
No!
Not buck wild.
Deer the deer.
I just have to Wait, I have one question.
Yeah.
I just have one question.
Sure.
And maybe we can get off this Tibbs thing, but
yeah, please.
So let's just say Mike Brown. Let's say Mike Brown. The team regresses. Let's say they don't match. Okay, then whose fault is it? Is it Brown's or is it the players?
That's
management.
Okay.
That's a big if.
Let's move on.
Well, it's
everybody but the players, Dave. You see where we're going with this?
It's an if, but it's not an impossibility. I'm just saying
exactly.
So at some point we're going to have to. Yeah, I don't either, but I'm saying it is a possibility because they might not match what Tibbs did last year. And if Tibbs could take that team as far as he did, and then Mike Brown comes in and they don't perform as well, then whose fault is it? That's all. I'm just asking the question.
Okay, it ain't the players.
That's a great question. Management. So
management.
Let's look at the other side of it. What if
Shut up,
Mike Brown comes in? What if Mike Brown comes in and they win 60-something games and they play better and then you know what we're gonna hear? Well, Tibbs didn't have the roster that Mike Brown had, so he had better players. So
I don't think you hear that on here.
No, y'all me either.
Listen. If that comes to fruition, I would be very happy.
No shit.
And I would be happy to say, okay, well, maybe you all were right. I hope you are right.
Right, exactly.
But that, I don't think that's the thing. We're not rooting against what you're saying. We're just
nothing I ever said, Dave, was not based on stats and truth.
Right.
Whether you like somebody or not. I am talking about a team, an organization, and I spelled it out from you from the 17-win season to a conference finals.
Yes.
That's all I ever said. You never once heard me say he shouldn't have got fired. But you also never once heard me say that the damn players ain't 85% responsible. And again, I said it from the get-go. The Knicks had one of the lowest basketball IQs amongst any team in the NBA.
You're 100% right on that.
And Karl Anthony Towns leads the way.
I'm
just saying.
You know that he ain't lying about that.
I'm a Knicks fan. You watch him. And again, to Bishop's point, Bishop says it all the time. We in the group texting. This motherfucker got 3 fouls in 2 minutes because he's stupid.
Hold up. To Dom's point, anybody that spells cat with a K, you already know they're special.
Exactly. You got a called out group. He don't spell his name with a K. But I'm
Moody,
saying
what you got to say
Bishop,
about this, Moody?
Y'all know as well as
I came in.
Bishop
I came in so late. I'm not.
Off.
Yeah,
he got 3 fouls already.
Yes.
Moody, you a
Egg
basketball
McMuffin,
guy,
man.
Moody.
Yeah, well, okay. So how did y'all see if we started? Y'all know I got issues, so it's like if we
Where
start,
did Moody go?
I'm gonna
You
miss
know
it
what?
longer.
He's in the dark right
He's in
now.
the dark.
Yeah.
Moody,
He out
Let's
in the
talk
woods.
about these new additions. Let's talk about the new additions.
So Moody, you
Hold on,
play ball.
I'm gonna be in the light in a second. Hold on.
So
Damn, son.
Moody,
Generator not working? What's going on out there? Generator
I
not
give
working?
up. I give up.
so Moody,
Come
I
on,
stood
man.
up for this shit.
Moody.
Hold on. I'm getting in the car. I'm getting in the
All
car
right.
because
Oh my
I got
You
God!
getting in the
Get in the
car?
car.
What's going on?
I'm
It's
getting
like,
in the
yo,
car.
you got the Blair Witch
I'm gonna
Project
drive to
going on
Georgia
there.
to see this brother.
God damn.
Right. You see the snot bubble? There it is.
What?
I'm the worst.
What the hell?
Yo,
Wait a
I gotta
minute,
be the
Dave.
worst. I'm probably the worst freaking co-host of all time, bro.
God
I
damn,
know I
man.
am.
What do
I
you
know
get
I
better
am. I'm
Wi-Fi in the
sorry.
car?
Right?
Yeah. No, I gotta go. I gotta run out. Okay, now I'm here.
So
Right.
let me explain to you, Moody.
Yeah,
You play
gang,
ball.
hook gang.
You play ball. You play
Yeah.
ball at a high level, right? So
Well,
when
amateur, yeah.
so when you
Okay.
when you're on the court,
Oh
and if
boy.
you have certain players, you know what certain guys are capable of. If the coach is not putting you in a position to succeed, and you failing, whose responsibility is that?
Well, you answered the question when you asked it. You
Right.
said,
No, I'm saying,
coach is not putting it-
Let me give you
responsibility?
2 points and the game is
I'm saying,
3.
whose responsibility is that if you know what the players are capable of and you don't put them in positions to succeed? Now, you can say Cat is stupid. I agree with you 110%, but he can score. But he's
It's about all he can do, but hey, go ahead.
yeah, but if you know that that's what he brings to the table, why not utilize that? How many pick and rolls did they run between him and Brunson the whole season?
How do you Bishop,
How many-
I love you, man. I
how
love
many-
you, Bishop, but stop. How do you
how
run
many-
a pick and roll with a guy standing 35 feet away from the basket?
Even if he's
Take him
standing
pop.
35 feet, even if he's
Oh,
35 feet
pop.
away,
Oh,
even if he's 35 feet away, he
Take
gonna
him
hit
pop.
some of them shots. He gonna hit some of them, and some
Take
of them
him
he gonna
pop.
go to the basket.
I don't
Some of them
know,
he gonna go to the
dog.
basket.
Oh, me
There's-
either.
there's
Stop,
been
man.
games.
Stop.
There were games this
What's
season.
the next subject, R?
There were games this season because what's happening. So there was games even in that Indiana series where Cat was going berserk. He was going to the
Yeah.
basket. He was putting the ball on the floor.
And then
And from the
Superman
first
came
quarter,
in.
from the first quarter to the third quarter, and then what happened? They sat his ass down and didn't bring him back into the game.
Or
and he wasn't in foul
Bishop,
trouble. And he wasn't in foul trouble.
come on, Bishop, or you said it a million times. I don't want to have to pull up these texts.
Uh-oh.
Foul trouble.
No,
Uh-oh.
not foul trouble.
no.
What happened? Who
He
tried
wasn't
to
in
play
foul trouble.
superhero?
Your
He
boy.
wasn't in- He wasn't
Your
in foul.
boy.
Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson wanted to play superhero,
Well,
and all of a
Chuck
sudden,
Mangione.
then again, I can say this, guys, and it's no knock.
Right.
Even if that didn't happen, when you got a guy that big and that tall, and probably, like y'all said, 100 times more physical than a Tobias Harris, but you're still standing 35 feet out. How many times can you say, hey, Dave, go down low? Hey, Dave, go down low. And he's standing 35 feet out. And again, guys, only to the Egg McMuffin himself. He's told y'all from the get-go he wants to be the greatest shooting big man in NBA history. That's his words, not mine. And he proves it to you every night. Don't get me wrong.
Isn't that where coaching comes in, though, Dom?
Oh, Moody. Today's NBA.
I know they don't have the
Lord.
control. I know they don't have the control that they used to have. Their game. Respect my hook.
What are we talking about?
Hold on.
Yo, I know they don't have the control that they used to have, coaches.
Thank you, Moody.
But they don't, and I understand that. The inmates run the prison. I get that, but at the same time, ultimately, the way that we grew up, I mean, listen, man, I've been in a lot of trouble. I didn't get to play. They say I was a D1 level point guard and all that. I didn't get to see that because of what I got myself into, right? But I played for the Nike traveling team. I played at West Forth. I played at Rucker. I played at like all those places. And one thing I know is that we can't just take, because this generation is the inmates running the prison, we can't excuse the coaching, because a coach that really cares about the game, he can't sit there and kiss ass just to get a check.
Again,
So if they're playing like the way y'all talking about, that's the coach.
Moody, I'm gonna bring you up to speed, Moody.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stop. I agree with everything y'all say.
Right.
But when you say he ain't do this, he ain't do that, I simply ask, how did he take a 17-win team and in 5 years they made it to the conference final? He never made nothing better. He never made no adjustments to get you from 17 wins to 51 wins in the conference final.
Dom. Hold on for a second. What it is, like you said, a 17, you get a 17-win team and take them to like 51 for a high. I get that, but he's got a ceiling. He's got a ceiling,
right?
As a coach,
you
he has
never
a
heard
ceiling.
me debate that, you're getting your way, because y'all said from get-go, especially my brother Bishop, he could only take you this far. So don't give me no bullshit when the next guy can't take us the next step further, because that's what y'all been saying. That's what y'all been looking for. That's what y'all been preaching. So don't come to me next May and say, oh, shit, he only been the coach for a year. First of all, he was your 4th pick as coach. They tried to get everybody else to coach and then said, hey, Dave, you want to coach? He wasn't even your first pick.
Can I ask Moody this question, because you played on he's at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
You've played on a very high level. Just asking but still, it's still high.
It's high.
Don't sell yourself short. But let me ask you this: have you ever been on a team and you played with a low IQ player, and you were in those practices? And can you tell me, have you ever seen where a coach or a coaching staff has taken that player to the side to work on some things and he just ain't getting it?
Yes.
So I think that's the point. You can have the best coaching, but you ain't going to get water out of a rock. If the player ultimately is low IQ, they don't. There's not much you can do. You can put the work in on it. And so I don't know that this is the case. But what I'm saying is it's always a possibility when we look at, well, how come the coach didn't do this and didn't do that? On the practices where that work takes place. And if the player just ain't getting it and you running point, you know where your players are supposed to be. And dude is supposed to be down low and he's up top. And you're looking at him, you just messed up the whole play. That's not the coach. Because that's not the play that the coach put in. But you've gone over these drills repeatedly, and if he ain't getting it, then ultimately comes a time where you got to look at your son. There's a problem here. Let me ask
you a question, though, Moody. Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question, because it just dawned on me what Dave was saying. So do you think maybe the organization felt we done bankrolled so many years of our future with draft picks, players, all of this? We sold our souls to the devil to get to what level? And because we didn't get to that level this year, we're gonna pull the trigger. And again, guys, y'all never heard me say it wasn't right. I don't think it was right, but it's a move you made, and I gotta live with it because I'm a Knicks fan. So, but you're not gonna tell me that because we sold our souls to the devil with all our draft pick, players, coach, and we got to the conference finals, and we're not going to get to the finals this year. That's a failure, guys. That's a straight up failure, because this is what you set us up for.
So when you everybody, Dave, I like how you put that. So you mean like if it's a low IQ player or whatever. So if that is truly the case, and Cat was incapable of scoring, Cat was incapable of getting the job done, the best that you could come up with is a pick and roll between Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. That's the best that you could come up with. That's the best that you could come up with. So Cat is smart as a, what do you say, Dom? An egg McMuffin?
Egg McMuffin.
A half of an egg McMuffin. He's as smart as that. He is capable of scoring, but the best that you could come up with, you got OG Anunoby, you got Mikal Bridges, you got a couple other guys on that roster.
Deuce McBride, who he went away from
I'm saying,
in that Detroit series.
Come on, Deuce McBride stopped shooting a year ago.
But I'm saying you got a couple of other guys on that roster, but the best that you could come up with as a coach and as a game plan is Brunson and Hart running a two-man game. That's the best you could come up with.
So let me ask you a question. So you're relieving Brunson of his duties as a point guard.
No,
but let me finish. Let me finish.
No, Chuck Mangione.
Hold on, live. But
Mm-hmm.
if we win, we're gonna give him the credit.
Negative.
But we're gonna exhaust him of all his his function as a point guard. And we went over this a million times during the year, guys, and you know this live. This dude gets the strangest 6 assists that I ever saw.
Right, absolutely.
Can I answer the question I was asking?
Let Moody chime in.
Where is the point guard? Is the coach on the floor? Did we lose that, Moody, in today's game? Did we lose that?
I'm gonna say something real quick.
No, I don't.
Hold on for a second.
Say something real quick.
Yo, live.
Quick.
I got a text. I saw a text from you today.
Okay, yeah. Now I want you to check it out, dog. You know what I'm saying? When you get a chance, check it out.
I hadn't looked at them. Tomorrow I got to go to Macon, Georgia, so that's 90 minutes. I'm on it. But yeah, I gotta drive out there. Dare gang. Hey yo, but live. go ahead and make your. I got to go get some grass and some seeds. You know what I'm saying?
That didn't come out right.
Legal. Yeah. I'm only joking. Hey, live. Go ahead and make your point because I literally want to answer what I was asked.
I'm going to just say this. We don't have a point guard on the floor because Brunson ain't it. Go ahead.
He's not.
All right. So, as a problem solver, like one of my things is, I want to ask you guys a question. When you go to college level basketball, let's start at high school. When we go to college level high school, they're starting to get a little unruly, but when you go to college level, who runs the show? The coaches or the players?
The coaches.
Coach, that's a big difference though, Moody. But yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna keep stepping it up.
Right.
When you go to college level players, North Carolina, Duke championship caliber teams, Georgetown, all of these teams that are historic teams, who runs the show?
The coaches.
Right.
The coaches. Okay. If you work, all of you guys, whatever y'all do, whether you're entrepreneurs or whether you work for someone or whether you're retired and get whatever, let me tell you the hardest thing to do. The hardest thing to do in the world is try to control a professional that makes 18 times more of your salary.
Yes.
And that has a sneaker endorsement and or whatever.
Right.
No matter what we talk about with basketball, the problem is not so much if it's Brunson, if it's this or that. It is a system. So let's move up to the front office now, because the front office can shut everything down. You got to listen. Phil Jackson, the coach, who was the white boy from the Celtics, like all of these old school
Brad
coaches.
Stevens.
Yeah. John Thompson from Georgetown. When somebody says to me, what do you think about a big man that you can't pick and roll with because he's 30 feet? I'm just looking at it like, well, where's the fucking coach? Like when you go. So
we said that 100 times though.
Right.
We said that 100 times. We going. Look, we know he want to be he said out his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Well, I want to be the best shooter. Get your ass down in the blocks, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But Moody,
and that's the coach. That's on the coach. But and let's talk about Chuck Norris.
But to your point, Moody, if you got a guy 3 inches smaller than you, does Dominic have to tell you to put him in the post?
He may have to. My IQ may be low, like you guys asked.
That's a waste of $60 million. If you ask me.
You 100% right on that.
So it's 10 o'clock. Can we move
These Knicks. I will say this,
20,
not to get off.
20 years ago, we would have did this shit till midnight, but all
I heard a frightening statistic
for the
today,
N-word
Dave.
there game.
That it was about, what did they say? I think 6 weeks ago. The Mets were 20 games over 500.
Oh gosh!
But here's the one thing that really shocked me, David. I can't believe this, but it was on Mad Dog Sports.
What's that?
The Mets have never won a game when they trailed in the ninth inning this year.
Yeah. When they're behind after 8 innings,
this
year
live. Never.
Yeah, they have not won a game this year trailing after 8 innings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That shocked me. I mean,
now
they've blown some tonight.
Yeah, I know. They've blown some games that they've been winning after 8 innings.
Right.
That's for sure.
That wasn't the statistic, Dave.
Yeah, but it's true.
I'll say this, David. I said it at the beginning of the year, and I didn't say it with any kind of malice. I said, and y'all heard me say it, that a healthy Braves team, even though the Mets signed Soto, they were still the third best team in their own division.
Yeah.
And now, Dave, I can't believe this shit. I'm gonna look again before I talk out my face. Fucking Cincinnati's 1 game behind the Mets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what? They deserve to be where they are.
No.
Yes, they do.
You know what? Here's the irony, Dave. I know we don't want to talk baseball because only me and you like baseball. But here's the irony of the Mets. Have they done a 360 in their history? Now they can't pitch for shit.
Yeah, I know.
Before they was pitchers and couldn't hit.
Yeah, right.
Now they hit and can't pitch.
They score 18 runs one night and one run or get shut out the next night. It's all good for me. They should be doing better than this. They should, but no, I'm just saying it's all good in terms of my priorities on it all shifted a lot. So I can see it without having the emotional attachment to it.
Mm-hmm.
They're my team. They're always going to be my team. But listen, I have no problem saying that they have been a major disappointment. And I guess the only saving grace for me is that I've learned how to process grief a lot better. So
at least Juan Soto went 30 for 30. He's 30.
Yeah. I mean, Soto was going to be Soto, and there are some good stories within the mess, but just collectively, they just can't seem to get out of their own way.
And all their good stories, Dave, all their good stories are offensive.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is like a real strange.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, their bullpen.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. But let's.
I mean, they still got a good closer, Dave. They just can't get to him.
Well, they can't get to him, right? Closer doesn't mean anything if he's got nothing to close.
Exactly. Blowing the doors off before they get to the closer.
Exactly.
It's like I got keys to a lock and I got no door on the house.
Right.
Yeah. So,
let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this woman. I can't stand this bitch.
Oh, what don't say. See, that's where we go wrong. We're starting with the curse words.
That's right. Like there wasn't cursing before that? Are you serious?
Yeah, but not about a woman. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Yeah, have a little.
It's better than that.
But I don't know.
I'm really not. I'm not better. No, I'm not better than that.
I don't. I don't. So film me. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to.
They replaced R with the gecko.
Well, you know that this is his show, right?
Well, where are we going with this? I didn't hear about this.
Let's go.
I don't know where we going.
You hear about this?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right. This is in regards to the guy, the young man that got shot and killed.
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. Right. So Sage was putting out there. She called out leagues and teams for saying silent, unlike what they did when George Floyd was killed.
What?
Yeah.
I missed that, Dave. What did you say, R?
Let me see. Hold on.
I didn't hear what you said, R. I'm sorry.
She said that she called out leagues
and teams for saying
George Floyd being murdered with this dude being shot.
Right. Like staying silent.
I heard this before, though, not from her, but
yeah.
It's idiotic.
Yeah. The whole thing don't make sense to me.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know where we're. Because I heard it said on both sides, like,
right.
What's the fucking what's the equal point of this shit?
Yeah,
Two
exactly.
fucking people are dead.
That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. Reg,
That's where it stops.
Are we drawing
don't go
fucking
no
straws
further.
on death now? Okay.
Well,
No,
maybe I'm missing something, or I don't know.
no. So here's what I think about that. I'm not gonna go much into the Charlie guy because I gotta be honest with you. I don't really give a shit. It's like it's one of them things. It's like when you have a liberal mind, and when I say I don't like this right wing, left wing. Listen, bro, I'm a human. I treat everybody right until they show me I shouldn't, and then we
Right.
do. Then it is what it is for me. But I am not going to sit here, the president of the United States, for all the soldiers. I have a whole family of military and law enforcement. I combat and gun train with military and law enforcement. And I'm going to tell you something. They are so offended. When you lower the flag, I'm not a big guy at the flag, but I got love for everybody, and whatever you believe in is your belief, and I'm cool with that. But the thing about it is, if you're military, for the people that died in 9/11, for the little kids that get shot in school, by the way, same day he got killed, ain't nobody talking about the babies.
No.
For those people, you lower the things. You do not lower a flag. It used to be something in America that the flag, when it was lowered, it literally meant something. Like it was like, yo, you know, somebody flew a fucking plane into a building and killed right up under 3,000 people. It used to matter. Now, the flag gets lowered at half mast. It gets lowered for a guy that said MLK was a horrible person. A guy that says that Michelle Obama and all of these, he only named black women. They are unintelligent, and the reason they got here is because they stole positions from white people. From a guy that said, this is verified talk, from a guy that says independent religion should be banned. From a guy that says that when you lower the flag, it is yet another dog whistle. Trump is running from this Epstein. When the history is there. The reason I don't debate people on Trump, even though I talk a lot of shit about him on my personal time, even though I do it, because I'm not going to waste my brain matter on people that don't see what's right in front of them. Like I know that right now you guys see my fucking hand. You can tell me you don't see it waving, or you can say you see it or not. I don't give a fuck what you think. I know what I'm doing. Every time this guy, from the first presidency to this one, every time he gets into serious, that he gets himself because he can't shut the fuck up. Kind of like me, but in a real criminal way. I'm not a criminal. But every time he gets himself in a situation, something like this happens. So if you know how to shoot a gun and you understand what 200-yard means or 100-yard means, if you know that, you know that somebody that can shoot from 1 to 2, I don't know where Dom went, but Dom knows, somebody that can shoot from 1 to 200 yards, that is a trained shooter, bro. That is not for somebody that can look at my jugular. Yes, it is.
No, it ain't.
Somebody that can shoot at my Dom. When's the last time you shot from 200? I do
When's
it
the last
2
time
days a week.
When's the last time you shot somebody in the head and you watched their fucking head blow up in
I
your
ain't
sight?
got nothing to-
It's
it ain't got-
let me tell you
it ain't
something.
got
When it
nothing- that
comes
don't have
when it
nothing to
comes
do
to
with
shit
the
like this,
distance
hold
of
on,
what
Booty.
you learn to
When
shoot
it
from.
when it
Yeah.
comes to stuff like this, you
My
got to
car light
remember,
went off. That's
even
crazy.
an amateur, believe it or not, guys, it's been proven. Even an amateur can take a scope.
Yes.
This is the reason he never got a second shot off. Because there's a difference in saying what you're doing and seeing it through that scope. When he shot that bullet, you don't have enough time to take your face away from that sight. It ain't like fucking TV. You shoot and drop the gun. No, you shoot, your eye's still in that scope. And when you see the impact of that, That's why he never got a second shot off. Because one, he was an amateur, just like everybody thought the DC sniper was a sniper. No, he wasn't. He had a great scope. We already proved neither one of them was snipers, right?
Totally disagree.
When you have a scope that big, and I'm just assuming, guys, I don't know this kid from Adam's House Cat, but I'm assuming he's actually shot a weapon before. That's probably a given.
Clear. That's clear.
He's probably shot a weapon before, guys. But again, being trained in that field, I'm telling you guys, you can take that scope, because these fucking scopes make it like, like I'm looking at Bishop 200 yards away, like he's standing right next to me. So it don't take a rocket science. All you got to do is
you get that first shot
control.
off.
All you got to do is control your breath for 2 seconds, and you're gonna blow somebody's head off. 2 seconds. All you got to do is control your breathing for 2 seconds.
Yeah, with respect to your service, because I would never disrespect that, and I honor you and appreciate you. I'm going to disagree. I train at that range all the time. I do it all the time. And let me tell you something. It ain't that easy, brother. If you I'm not.
I didn't say it was easy. I didn't say it was easy.
I'm just saying. But
I'm saying with a scope.
I understand.
I ain't gonna tell you, but go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Don't have to tell, but thank you for that. But what I'm saying is that with these weapons that we have now, with the range on them, and I'm not a gun flat. I just did a rant today. I don't know why I did it. I was driving and feeling some kind of way, and then I just pulled over because I'll be doing stupid shit like that. And I just did a rant on Facebook. And if you're working with a SCAR, if you're working with some of these high caliber AR like motivated weapons, I am going to tell you right now, there once you get past a certain, and Dom, I know you know, I'm not debating you, by the way. You have the experience, but I'm telling you, the only reason I respectfully ask you, when's the last time you done it? Because if you ain't done it recently, then I would like to know, because then wind barrier, there's a lot of things that come into play when you're starting to shoot.
That never changes, Moody. That don't change.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that was a juggler shot. So what we're saying is that we gave somebody 4 oranges and they were able to juggle them while playing with their balls. That is a juggler shot. That is a shot. That is
what
a
he meant to do,
corduroy artery shot.
Yeah.
That is
not what he meant to
corduroy
do.
artery.
I don't think that's what he meant to do. Yeah,
but we
Bishop,
don't know, Moody. That's the thing. That's the thing, Moody. We don't know.
But when somebody's taking a shot like that, it to me, it would normally be like a headshot or a mash shot. Hitting somebody in the neck, like how many times have somebody taken a shot like that to hit somebody in the neck? You know what I'm saying? So
if I was east of you,
and you know what that comes from? You know what that comes from, Bishop?
From the side, that would be a perfect shot, though.
You know how you hit him in the neck, Bishop? I just said it 5 minutes ago. He could not control his breathing.
Right.
So he was in between breaths when he pulled that. Let me tell you something, guys. During the DC sniper, and I'm going to let it go at that. There was 1,100 of us in the United States of America during this time. 1,100 qualified snipers in this country when the DC sniper was shooting. Well, the DC killer. I refuse to call him a sniper. Not after what I had to go through to be one of them. We got questioned, and come to find out, this motherfucker had as much experience as Dave shooting the goddamn weapon. But what did he have, guys?
Scope.
He had a fucking scope, Bishop. I can take the most amateurist motherfucker and give him that scope and give him a 30-yard 30. Or I can give him a scope with a fucking M16. And he could blow somebody's brains out from 1,400 feet. Max effective range of an M16. 1,460 feet. An amateur, if he could hold his breath, if he could control his breathing, he could blow somebody's brains out. That kid could not control. First of all, he was a kid. He couldn't control his breathing, guys. He looked in the scope. This is just me, guys. He looked in the scope. He didn't. You can't see me. You suck your air in and you let it go as you pull the trigger. He didn't do that. He got caught in between breaths, and that's how his arm went to the right. He shot him in the left side of his neck, I think, right? if I'm not mistaken. I hate to think about that, but so that means from where he was shooting, his weapon went
the right. Yeah, it was the right side.
Dom, I think the entry was the right side on his.
Yeah, the right side.
Okay,
it was
right
right
side.
side.
So
I think
whatever it was, guys,
Mm-hmm.
his breathing was off, so he went another direction, left or right, wherever he shot him, guys. I'm not going to debate or picture where he shot him, but looking through the scope, believe it or not, Bishop's probably right. When he looked through the scope, he was aiming at his head. Because that's what you're going for when you're looking through a scope. You ain't looking to shoot somebody in their fucking chest.
Yeah.
That's, if you're looking to shoot him. And this is what I always told people. He would have had a better chance of hitting him in his head if he aimed at his chest. That's basic. Basic marksmanship.
So Dom, first of all, you are the OG. You are the person that went through this, and you know. So I got nothing but love and respect for that. I get that. But what I would tell anybody next time you guys are in Atlanta, I could stand at 100 yards away, and I could pop you in your neck 10 times in a row.
Hey, we're not. Let's stop marking.
No, we're talking about
yards
training.
Ain't that far though, Moody.
It's very far. It's for accuracy. That is fair. You are the OG. I'm telling you what the average man is thinking about, right?
Right.
You got trained beyond that. But let's get past that because I don't like training. It's like me going to my doctor telling him how to give me brain surgery, right? You went through something that I trained at. What I was told is about. I've been through some rigorous stuff, and I did it on purpose. It was voluntary. I wanted to do it. I've been doing it since a kid. It's what my family is. I didn't join the military because I wasn't going to fight for America. I wanted vagina and I wanted to rap and I wanted to be a doctor and shit like that. So I wasn't about to do that. But in all honesty, I want to move past the gun talk because you are an OG. You went through the sacrifice that I did not go through.
The hardest thing of it all, bitch. Yeah. The hardest, believe it or not, Moody, the hardest thing of it all, because of how you train and what you're using, the hardest part of the whole 16-day course was camouflage. Knowing how to hide before you fire.
Right.
Believe it or not. That's between us and whoever fucking likes, share, and subscribes.
We about to your fans about to come knock on my door like, where were you?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go after that.
Dom,
yes, Bishop.
No, but
Dom, you also have to take into consideration. He also had a motivation. So even though he wasn't, he had a serious motivation because he wrote on the bullet. He planned that.
That was debunked. No, he did not. No, he did not.
Was that the other shooter?
That is
it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that like right before they caught him. I don't know. I don't want to talk about who put it out, but there was a lot of misinformation that was put out to kind of guide the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
It still took some determination for him to do what he did as not a professional. That still took, and he was motivated. And he was motivated.
I mean, but like son, that again, Bishop, Charlie Kirk, man, he was a
that type of weapon and that type of. You know what he was missing, guys? From that distance, he was missing a spotter. If he had a spotter, they train you to do. Nobody goes out there on their own, fellas. This ain't no fucking secret. I ain't giving away classified information.
Not unless they're under duress. Your spotter probably got popped.
You got a spotter. People don't realize that. You got a spotter that's got his binos and he's doing the distance. He's doing the windage.
Right.
And you're clicking. Right. He didn't do all this shit, guys. He didn't click that fucking sight. He put his eye in the scope, lost his breath, and that's how the weapon went from head to neck.
So I want to go back to
I'm sorry, Dave.
Not so much what Steele said, but it brought me to a bigger point. You have a group of people who have felt that they suddenly are marginalized in this country, through whether rightfully or wrongly, and Charlie Kirk to them is their martyr. Right? Yeah, to us he's not, but But so this is why you have an outcry of we've got to what the black community has with MLK, let's say, he's our MLK to them because he spoke their language and his words appealed to their weaknesses, their areas of weakness that they felt where they're not heard. Charlie Kirk spoke to that, and I know very little about him. And honestly, I heard the name prior to this, but I didn't have any context. So when I heard about it, I will say this, and I want you to understand clearly what I'm saying. I take no pleasure, no joy in the fact that whatever he said, that he was killed. I don't. But I won't put him to the level of martyrdom. I understand what he meant to people. Because understand this, going back to the 1960s, and you take Martin, I'm not even going to say Malcolm because, he was even divisive within our own community to some people. But Martin, a man who his whole platform was on peace, and he was killed. So I think what happens is that for people who side with Charlie Kirk, they felt that he spoke to them, what they gave them a voice that they didn't feel that they had, or gave credibility to their voice. So I go back to King. There were many people who were happy that King was killed, and it was insulting to those of us. I mean, I was too young. I was alive, but I was too young. But it was insulting to people who followed King that there was such a that King was turned into this figure that was polarizing to people, and then they celebrated his death. And so I don't want to do the same thing. I don't want to celebrate the death of anyone. And I'll tell you from a more personal level, Charlie Kirk was a 31-year-old man who, as you see, was a father, a son, and there were people who loved him. As someone who has recently lost their own child, it's very difficult for me to celebrate the death of any young person in that age, particularly in that age category.
Right.
So it became a more personal thing. So what I will end it with is, you don't have to like Charlie Kirk. You don't have to like the message, but I said it to Hollop's on Hollop's page. I am someone that, all jokes aside, I am a firm believer of Jesus Christ. He is my Lord and Savior, and I believe He is the way to salvation. We don't want to mess up our blessing. At least I don't. By going into a rant of condemnation, and particularly about someone who, honestly, I don't really care that much about, from his ideologies or whatever. I'll just so we can just back off and maybe not say anything. So Charlie Kirk, in my belief, Charlie Kirk has met his day of judgment, and when my day comes, I don't want that on my blotter. Well, this is what you said about someone's death and dying. So rather than say anything, I'll say nothing.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Because you know what?
So
we can go down this rabbit hole. We can go down this rabbit hole with everybody. We started with
I don't think it's a rabbit hole, guys.
Let me finish, Moody. We could do this.
Go
We
ahead.
could do this. We could do this all day. You could say this one on the left. I could say that one on the right. You could say this one on the right. I could say that one on the left. It's becoming to the point now, guys, if you haven't seen it, and I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle you're sitting on, the shit has become toxic. It's become embarrassing. It's becoming flammable. And it's on both sides. Yeah. When you could tell somebody to run up in somebody's face at a fucking restaurant because you don't like them, we're beyond repair, guys. Honestly, if you ain't looking out for yourself, as Dave would say, find your Lord and Savior, count your blessings, enjoy your fucking days while you're here. That's on you. I can't live that way, guys. Honestly, I'll be quite honest. I was telling a friend of mine, and I'm not a big fan of the Democrats. But I was telling a friend of mine who's a good Democrat, I said, you know what? I'm to the point now where I'm just feeling sorry for people. So I'm willing to give my expertise to the Democratic Party and say, guys, you know, there's such thing as an after-action review. That's a report we did after every mission. You guys that were in the Army know that. It tells you the good, the bad, and how you can do it better. Right. I'm willing to sit down with you dumb motherfuckers and say, there's no way in hell you got your ass whooped months ago and you're still doing and saying the same shit.
Right. Yeah.
How are you doing this shit how are you doing this shit to your fucking country? I don't care what party you're in. You got your ass waxed a handful of months ago and you're still saying the same shit. I don't like Moody. Fuck Moody. Race, race, race. Gay, gay, gay. This is the same shit that got you all in the fucking hole. And you're still doing the same thing.
So let me say this, because I know we're winding. I know time is winding,
man.
Yeah, Bishop, I want you to go ahead, but then let me say what I'm gonna say. Like serious.
Well, I'm not rejoicing in anything. I didn't think about it either way, because at the end of the day, that's not my problem. That was a young white male who was shot by another young white male. Not my concern. Not my issue. Plain and simple. I have no feeling about it either way. As far as the whole political discourse or whatever, it's like, if you look at the things that are being said and the way that this situation is being like used to continue to polarize people and to continue to radicalize.
Sides,
I'm not saying either. I'm not choosing either side.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm not saying either side. I'm just saying in general. In general. So it's like, I'm agreeing with you. The landscape has been so like it's so toxic at this point that it's hard to gain any sort of like levity or any kind of like what I would say common sense from the whole machine. I'm not saying left, right. It's the whole machine that's corrupted. That it's so we are as a society, we are taking someone's death and making it into some sort of like political, some sort of like he's becoming like, nobody even knew who this guy was like that.
Right.
Nobody even knew. They're comparing him to
no. Bishop, we didn't know.
Right. And the general public, unless you're in that sphere,
the general white wing
I knew about him.
100% of them.
I knew about him.
Who he was.
Right. It wasn't on the scale, but it wasn't on the scale where this guy was.
It wasn't on no half-mast scale. You know what I'm saying? Lowering the flag scale. With damn sure wasn't that.
Changing people's lives,
and
impacting people's lives in a positive, negative. Fine, however you want to view it. But again, it's. I agree with Dom. It has become so toxic. Whether you red, blue, green, orange, whatever, it's become so toxic that any little situation that occurs, it's being used as some sort of manipulation tool to radicalize people in their thought process.
Exactly, Bishop.
Okay, hold on, Bishop. Thank you. Now let me just get mine, and I'm not going to be as long-winded as I usually am. Here's really what I find funny, and like I have agreements and I have disagreements with statements made, and like I said, I'm a respectful guy. You know, I don't believe in rabbit holes because I don't go down them. I know what a rabbit hole look like. So I give everybody respect. I might not agree with what you're saying, but I'm going to respect you. I'm not going to cut you off. I'm not going to kick your rabbit hole even. I'm just going to tell you the thing that I think. Here's what's really funny with this both sides stuff and all of that. The problem is, and it's, to me, in my mind, it's just been displayed. The problem is, in America, there is such a lack of historic knowledge that what people start forgetting, that once the rabbit got the gun, is when like all of the other stuff turned into a problem. Oh, yo, it's on both sides. Hold on. Where did it start? And see, because we don't look back at the history, And we don't understand how people could get fed up. And we don't understand why things happen and transpire the way that they do. Here's what happens is, if I brung any of you over my house and I said, you dark skin, you can't eat at my table. You light skin, you can't pee in my bathroom. You're white, you can't go to the school. You can't whatever. How in the holy Jesus of the Lord and Savior, fuck, did we get to the point where the abuse gained the power and now it's inequality, where they still don't share the equality? Because you have to understand, everybody on this phone is a real man. That's why I respect everybody here. But there's nobody turn the other cheek. I ain't got cheeks to turn. I tell people all the time, you smack me on one cheek, I don't turn the other one, bro. It's time to go. It's boogie time. Because if I give you two cheeks, what the hell? We gonna get on some other weirdo shit. When you run out of face cheeks, what you do? Smack me on my ass cheeks? You need cheeks to smack. We black people and a lot of over liberal white people, we gotta be the most excuse making for violent people on the face of the planet. As far as Charlie Kirk, I do not care. I do not care. He mocked the death of MLK. He mocked the death of Martin Luther King. He said black women were unintelligent. He said that freedom of religion should not be expressed. When you get, excuse me, fellas, he also said gun deaths are necessary in the United States of America to protect our Second Amendment. So, and that is verified. So now somebody is going to have to spare me when you start talking about equality. How the hell it get equality? Because the rabbit got the gun. Wasn't nobody talking equality when the rabbit didn't have the gun.
Moody.
Yeah.
This was a young white male that got shot by another young white male. Whose problem is that? Whose problem is that? It's not my problem.
It's ours. It's ours.
No,
it's ours.
No,
Bishop.
it's not.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. See, but Bishop, if I may, let me tell you something. You don't think it's your? I travel a lot. I'm all over the country. I travel a lot to different countries and stuff. I do a lot of driving. I take a lot of shortcuts. I'm on back roads. I've been pulled over on back roads by white cops that did help me there for 40 minutes. I don't even really know why I'm there. I got guns in my car because I keep them, but I know I'm with them. I'm not too worried about it. Let me tell you why it's your problem. Because even though they found out that this was a quote unquote white ring thing, let me tell you about a right wing and left wing. You cannot look at white people and you cannot make all of them the same person, because they're not. The way they stereotype black folks, baby daddies and all of that shit, there are white people that they love peace. They will fight for peace. They'll die for peace. That's what happened in the 60s. They were dying for it. Here's my point. Bishop, let me tell you why it affects you. You don't know how it affects you until you are by yourself somewhere where two police that are grieving over this guy pull you over. You do not understand it until you suffer from it. And we have this tendency to go, not my problem, it is your problem, because it's racial. And black people didn't make it racial. Black people didn't do that.
So it's
just
a white guy shooting another white guy.
With all due respect, fellas.
No, it's a white guy shooting another guy.
For you it is. Hold on.
No.
For you it is. In politics it is.
Nah, not really.
Because they still take it. Bishop, they just found out the guy. Are y'all guys watching stuff?
Stop listening.
I gotta be careful what I watch, Moody.
Stop
honestly,
I understand. Bishop. Let me say this. They
all
found
ain't
out
worth
the
the
guy.
shit, Bishop.
They found out the guy was a Republican-based Trump supporter, and they are still threatening Democrats and blacks. What do you mean it doesn't affect you?
But they did the same shit, Moody. They did the same shit. They've been preaching fucking hate for 8 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They've been preaching fucking hate. That's what I said in the beginning. No matter
don't say it doesn't affect you though.
Right.
No, you know what, Moody? You know what, Moody? I'm sorry, Dave. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm sort of like Bishop. And I said this earlier. If you can't get your shit together and you want to pick sides on what's right and what's wrong, God bless you. I'm not going to get in your way. That is not my hill to climb. It's not my horse to ride. I got a fucking life to live.
Can I say something real quick? Just real quick.
All right, brother.
All right.
And then I'll follow you.
We as men our age, right? Who done been through, you're right, MLK, right? Who done been through all kinds of other situations. Like we can't afford to be one-sided or right, ignore, right? Like if it don't affect me, then it then whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like Bishop, you know that is not contained in the leftist community.
No,
that thing spilled over as soon as it happened.
What I'm saying is, and that's because the media wanted to spin it to all sorts
absolutely.
of different,
let me finish cooking.
Areas. The reason why I said what I said is, it's to me, it's not a black and white issue.
No, it absolutely is, right? Because you know what I'm saying, the assassination.
Well, where does that come from?
The shot itself, you know what I'm saying, made it a racial situation. His last words was cold blaring about black kids in Chicago about gang violence. That was his last words.
But it wasn't a gang that shot him.
Right? No, right, absolutely. But again, you understand what I'm saying? It's if you okay, you doing the same thing Dom did with Thibodeau. You're ignoring the fact that whole white kids in a white school in a white state. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about, you know what I'm saying, injecting black and brown people into that bullshit, right? We don't have a choice. We can't sit. I know I can't sit there and go, this ain't about me, because it's absolutely about me.
So you can make anything about you then. You
But
can
it's not. Come on, stop that, dog. That's not.
I think the reason that Dom could feel the way that he feels is because Dom doesn't harbor that kind of hate. The thing that when you deal with good people, sometimes they don't necessarily see the template of where you were born. Get beat up by a cop though. Man, I done drove cars. Get pulled over your car by a cop, man, for no other reason. Get shot at for somebody. Like, do all that and then come talk to me. Because traveling so much, go to Europe and get detained for 5 hours at the airport. And they don't have no excuse to whatever. Everything.
I got detained for 1 hour.
I got detained for 5.
But I just wondered. I wanted to follow up the points between Moody and Bishop.
By the way, guys, this is a great conversation.
It always is.
Quick. And by the way, Dom, it wasn't Dom that said, "Yo, my king, yo, bro." I don't know why it is when you said age. People are
live said that shit.
I don't know why it is. It's like the tendonitis in my shoulder flared up. Then a bitch.
Saying, man, we've been here too long. You know what I'm saying? We've been here through Mega Evans. We've been here through Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? We've been here through fucking fake ass what was the fat dude, Tawana Brawley and all that? You know what I'm saying? So we've been through all the fakes. We've been all with the real ones. You understand what I'm saying? United, however we stand. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the club with white cats, Spanish, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of shit. But at this, you know what I'm saying? In that same vein, we never ignore the obvious fucking threat.
But this threat has not been like it's always been there.
But no,
It's always been a threat, right? And it's always been something I could never ignore.
Can I make
Dave's
this?
trying to say something.
So it's really towards Bishop in this situation. Ideally, this should not be our problem,
right?
But you know, there's a saying that when America catches a cold, black people get pneumonia, and so if there is contention that is happening amongst white America, and this is an issue that they are dealing with, it filters. And so the automatic assumption was that it was racial. That assumption was not made by black Americans. Because hence this is why they had threats against HBCUs. And so in that regard, whether right or wrong, being black in America has conditioned you to be hypersensitive to anything that's happening around you that could somehow filter down to you, because we have historically seen evidence of how anger and vitriol, whether it has to do with us, we ultimately feel the effect of. So let me just finish it. So I don't think that it is unreasonable for black Americans to have concerns, because as I said earlier, there's a certain element of our population that wants to make Charlie Kirk their martyr. So it is not the same if now to them you say, well, the killer was a white Republican Trump supporter. They're angry. They're angry already. So how can we make this? I don't know why I'm getting.
I apologize.
What's going on?
Remix.
1 2 1 2 in the place to be.
Okay, so
look how fast live fix that.
So I'll just say this: that in the anger that is taking place, there is always the threat that it filters to black Americans, and in this idea of we need something to satisfy our bloodthirst, they're not going to take it out on each other.
Right. So don't get it twisted. Like I don't. Maybe I wasn't clear on what I was trying to say. Don't get it twisted. Like I don't. I'm always ready, so I never have to get ready. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't. Whether this happened or not, I stay ready. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say that this doesn't like I'm not going to immerse myself in it. I have no opinion of it one way or the other, but I'm not walking around with my eyes closed.
Absolutely.
I got exactly what you're saying, Bishop.
And again, everybody can have all their opinions about who he was, what he said, or whatever. People are gonna say whatever they want, regardless. It's America. It's a free country. That's what we fought for everybody to have the right to say what they want to say. I don't agree with some of the stuff you guys say.
Right.
I don't agree with some of the stuff you guys say, but guess what? It's your right to say it. And you don't agree with some of the stuff I say, but it's your right to say it. But I'm not going to immerse myself in it. I'm not going to put energy into that or whatever. But don't get it twisted. I always stay ready for anything.
Well,
Bishop, can I ask you a question? Real quick question. Sorry, Dave. Real quick question, Bishop. If it doesn't concern you, if you're not worried about it, what are you staying ready for? You're staying ready for what?
There's always the threat. There's always the threat.
Moody kind of
okay, now see now, but you're gonna move into a contradictory territory.
I'm not moving any differently.
Hold on, time out.
I'm not moving any differently.
You are ready for what? What are you
I'm not
ready
moving
for?
any differently because you were getting pulled over before this happened. We were getting pulled over before it happened. George Floyd happened before.
So you're ready. You're ready for that.
All of these other things happened before the shooting happened. So it's not like this is going to something new.
Right.
You got to be on your P's and Q's before this happens, regardless of whether this happened or not. So it's not like I'm on high alert or whatever. I'm always my head is always on a swivel.
But
I'm always cognizant of what's
Bishop,
going on around me.
I agree with you. I can say this though. There is a historical context that has forced you to always be ready.
Absolutely.
And
that's
so
all I was trying to say,
I
guys.
think that's the point of it. Yeah. I get exactly, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're not going to move any differently because you're always prepared. But understand
that's all of us in this room right now.
And I think I think we're in agreement. I think Moody is saying the same thing though.
Yeah.
And I am, because we are ready, because we know that historically we have seen these patterns before. It's not, and I don't really, as I said, I don't really care about Charlie Kirk. But I also understand that I don't need I don't need the weatherman to tell me, that rain is coming when I see the clouds there.
Yeah. And, this kind of thing is unprecedented, man, because to your point, right? Now they're trying to make someone like him a martyr. They're trying to make him Malcolm X. They're trying to make him, you know what I'm saying? Because already if you hear the code and the dog whistles and all of that, you know what I'm saying? He held the heart and soul of white white youth, and it's like white people's a monolith, like they talking about, like it's all, which I know it's not, you know what I'm saying? But they talk, they're holding him in reverence like that, and it's very dangerous. And that's the thing I'm talking about being aware.
And it's all right. And Bishop, I gotta tell you, man, like here's what I think the art of chess is. The art of chess is, I've never attacked. I'm a pretty good chess player. My game is falling off a lot, by the way, but I'm a pretty good chess player. I've realized I never hated my opponent. I've just always tried to understand them. And like in the ways that we're playing, I learn from him and he learns from me, and we figure each other out. So nobody has said anything on here that a little bit of what they said, from Don to Bish to any of the kings on here, nobody has said nothing I totally disagree with. Everybody has had really great points. But let me just say this. The reason there's a black man in America with a black child and a black wife, our women and our children used to be off limits for like the big time violence, but they was on limits for rape. That the minute that why is history being erased? Why is Black history erased from schools? If I'm going to sit here and tell you guys, hey man, it don't concern me and don't whatever. Well, on certain plantations back in slavery time, well, Moody, why you talking about plantations in this 2025? Well, motherfucker, we still plantationing. You may not realize you plantationing, but you're still doing it. And so at the end of the day, here's what would happen. The field slaves, the field Negroes, they started figuring stuff out. So they was like, yo, we gonna pick less fruit today. Yo, Harriet building that railroad. So them niggas start making up melodies, and I'm not gonna give this a long thing like that, but they start making up. So you heard all the slaves, and it's like what they was really saying. Walk to the east at midnight, motherfucker. Walk to the east. They started getting rebellious. They started fighting back. Now those were the Negroes in the house. They were like, well, yo, that don't concern me. You know, that ain't really got nothing to do with me. That's them. When Massa realized that the field Negroes, that they were starting to get defiant, but the field Negroes always either hated or they looked up to the house. So what Massa would do, he would take one of them value Negroes from the house and bring them outside and blow their head off. The reason that he did that is because if you think that your separation doesn't concern you, I'm going to show you that I am the total controller. So everything you wanted to be, everything you thought didn't affect you, I'm going to bring that out here right now and blow they shit off right in front of you. Everything affects black people in this country. You can fall
That's
victim to
a
it.
great segue to the Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah, thank you.
great
Yeah,
segue.
We're gonna pick
everything
up on
affects
that
us,
next
y'all.
week.
There's
You
no
got 11
Yeah,
minutes. You got 11 minutes.
But I'm saying there's no extra
I felt
sense
like
of
I went to work today.
there's no extra sense of there's no extra
Hey,
sense of concern
Dom, me
because I'm
too.
always concerned. There's
but
no extra sense of
but
concern because I'm always
I'll
concerned.
leave. I want to leave this segment with this point. There's a difference between Bishop's lack of concern and the lack of concern that a lot of our young people have. And what I mean is Bishop's lack of concern is it's founded in the fact that Bishop also understands history. When they start removing, as Moody was talking about, when they stop teaching these things on both sides, when Black history starts getting removed or somehow watered down as far as things, the young people of today that don't have a place that they learn outside of our classrooms, our school buildings, they don't have that context. So when they say they don't care, it's coming from a place of ignorance. It's not coming from a place of historical context. And so that's where it becomes very dangerous. We all are of a certain age where our history as part of American history was taught, and there were a lot of places that we can get information from. When you take that away, we are not equipping our young people with the context, the historical context that will ultimately protect them.
Right. That's us, period. White, black, brown,
right.
Everybody.
Exactly. It's all
Dave,
American history. Yeah.
As an educator, do you think that the history that they're teaching us, that they were teaching, the Black history that they were teaching, is accurate?
No.
It's not. It's not.
It's
not
been.
even.
It's always been watered down
Well,
and filtered because
I didn't learn
white
history.
I didn't learn.
No.
I didn't learn about true African history until I became an adult and got inquisitive and realized that as a society, everything the whole society is the organization of society, all of the science and the mathematics, all of that stuff.
Yeah. But Bishop, let me just answer before we get too far away from your original question.
As an educator,
it depends on the school that you go to too, because I've worked in schools where they are very Afrocentric in their teaching, in their thinking, and it's pros and cons with all of that. I'm not saying that is the absolute right way, but there is a difference between the children that were educated in one particular school that teaches those kind of things, as opposed to another school that doesn't want to touch it. And so we didn't go by the textbook.
Okay.
The textbooks are watered down.
Right.
But doesn't mean that the teaching has to be. If you're not talking about, in high school, students have to pass U.S. history Regents, and they have to pass a global history Regents. So there is always that emphasis to teach towards the test. But there have been issues in our past where people have challenged even the questions that are asked on the Regents. Years ago, there was a question on the U.S. history Regents that asked how slavery benefited African Americans, and it was a Black young woman that challenged it to the state. So she was conscious enough to know this. So you can do both, but I've worked in schools that they teach these things, and so we know that we're not going to get the true version from Macmillan Publishing Company, but there are other avenues and
this is the
things.
time that all Americans should
So
come together and feel and mourn.
So that's really that's the point
Siri
that I
some
made.
shit right now.
Yeah. So that's it. That would be my answer as an educator.
Right.
Yeah. We've always gotten.
Can I ask you a question as an educator, David?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I ask you another question as an educator, King?
Sure.
Why do we bother with all of the whitewashing of history? Period. With all of it, which is overwhelmingly provable. With all of it. Why do we sit and worry about is all the Black history accurate? Because I got to tell you something. Harriet Truman, Sojourner Truth, those ain't, you got to, somebody's going to, I am an avid reader. I love reading almost as much as I like busting a nut. Not quite, but it's kind of right there. Well, you busting off a nut. I'm sorry,
you can kill
guys.
Two birds at one stone.
It is.
Depending on what you read.
Yeah, I can read and bust a nut, and so I could be happy for a week. And the whole thing is, what I'm saying is that as an educator, why do we have a tendency to take? A lot of people will tell you the reason that you dwell on history is because you want to keep on playing your race card. Let me tell you a great conversation I had at the gun range. And again, y'all, I've been a little quicker than I usually am tonight, because I'm having a perfect time. By the way, Dom, Bishop, the stuff I don't agree with and the stuff I agree with, I would feel safe walking with y'all two up any alley, anywhere, whether we agree or not. I know that y'all about, I know y'all about the shits. I know that y'all about that realness. I know there's nothing, I know we're nothing but brothers. I know that, but let me just say this. We had a conversation at the gun range, not the greatest place to have debates, by the way. And so we had a conversation where motherfuckers are busting off ARs, bullpups. You got all kind of wild stuff I ain't even seen before. And somebody brung up the race card. And I said, let me ask you something about this race card, right? What is a race card? So my man, in all fairness, because he was a cool dude, he was a Trumper, and I don't like Trumpers, but he was a Trumper. But I mean, he had some good points, and I'm one of those guys that'll give you your point. He says, when you guys get jammed up, or when things don't go your way, or when you're lazy, or when you do whatever you want to do, you blame it on the white man. That's the race card. I said, okay, very good, very good. We're at the gun range with loaded weapons, so let's just keep this civil. You know what I mean? Everybody is locked here. So we're here. So here's the thing. Let me tell you something about why are we the ones that are always questions and have to answer all the questions? We're the ones that didn't ask for the position. So I told him about the card. I said, anytime I hear somebody say a race card, only thing I could think of is Vegas. It's the only thing I could think of, because I think that what the race card means is that every once in a blue moon, somebody goes to Vegas and they beat the dealer. And when they beat the dealer, the house will find, they beat the house, and everybody will find a way to just make sure, verify it, double verify it, da-da-da. If you know the history of Vegas, all the winners ain't leave with all their money. So here's what I said about the race card. Here's what a race card is. As a black man in America, don't ever tell me I'm playing something that you were doing. You're just mad. You're not really mad because I'm playing a race card. You're mad because I beat you at your deal. We don't play race cards. That's why they have to eliminate the history. We go off of what we know and what we learn, and we use it, and we grow from it, and we learn it, or whatever. So when I'm not saying any of you said that, but when people say race card, I'm just kind of like, nah, man, you made it up. Because like in America, you're the one that divided everything by race. We came over here in shackles, bro. You divided that. You did all that.
Moody,
you made the cards. We just learned how to play it. That's all.
Moody, I want to make sure, though, I understand what question you're asking me. As an educator, you're asking me, you started talking about why do we, and then
why we got to answer, why we got to answer for everything. Why nobody got an answer for this? Why nobody got an answer for nothing? Why we always got an answer to why we want some kind of equality? When you get your school books and all of that stuff, why we got the answer about the motherfucking truth about Sojourner or whatever, when we're the ones that shit got dumped on us? As an educator, why we got to answer something that we didn't even create or put ourselves in?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's the responsibility for me as an educator to answer those questions, but I think the responsibility is for me to prepare my students for when they are asked those questions.
Beautiful.
So
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
so that really would be my response to that, and that's equipping
I like that,
them
Dave.
with the knowledge. Yeah.
Right.
On a happier note, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm reading something while y'all was talking. We were talking about this earlier, baseball. This is incredible. Actually, 3 months to the day, the Mets had the best record in baseball.
I thought you said on a happier note. I thought you said this was a happier note.
All the way over. Dom was like, we getting the fuck out off of this
shit.
shit.
The subject.
Yo,
It went 31 and 48.
Listen, do I need security? I feel like there's another sniper on here.
Listen, guys. Yeah, I'm glad to shut it down.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
All right. Hey, let's shut it down. First of all, yo, let me tell you something, man. I invited y'all to the house. I think this will be the second time. Y'all can come through, or we can go. Y'all go get a hotel in Atlanta. I'll come take y'all out. I'm not a hangout guy. I don't like clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah, neither am I.
We can definitely do dinner. But the one thing that I love about this group, for everybody listening, I think that is this live?
Yes.
Okay, if you're not live, this is Mr. Moody. This is Jeff is Moody. This is Jeff. I'm the unstable. You got all these intelligent men and one fucking idiot, and the idiot is me. And so, but here's what I'm telling y'all though. How many episodes are you in, Rod? You
about
86.
86.
Hey, folks, we need love for the next 14 shows. If you want to hear about great sports and you want to see what it's like to debate your brothers passionately and still love each other at the end of the night, this is your destination. Ain't a lot of gossip going on. Ain't a lot of whatever's going on. And I don't even know who's who. Ain't no color going on. We talking the truth. So I'm telling y'all as a promoter, y'all tune into this shit. Because we're showing y'all ain't no guns coming out, ain't no boxing gloves coming out. It's a bunch of brothers being passionate about sports and life. This is what y'all need, and this is what y'all should do. Hey, man, Rodney, go ahead and record that and make a fucking drop out of that.
I was about to say you should make that to be a promo.
There you go, and that's exactly what I'll do.
No joke. What you should do, Moody, because I think me and Arm tried a million things with our own fucking independent group.
Right.
Record what you just said.
Yeah.
Put a damn link to the last show. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, hold on, before you hang up. That would mean 718 people would be privy to this shit every week. And again, how many times have I said it, tried it, yelled it?
You, same here.
718 people moving.
There you go, Dom. Tell them, Dom. And also, by the way, as we leave, I'ma say this, I'ma say it, and then I'm good, guys. Motherfucking my brother Marquise would be proud of this shit. He would be so proud of this because we are reteaching people how to agree to fucking disagree.
Amen. Exactly.
You guys tune in, grow up on this show. We teaching y'all motherfuckers. We doing it for free. Ladies, if I ever get divorced, y'all holler at me. I'll let y'all know. I send something.
Gentlemen, God bless.
All
right, fellas.
David, Bishop, Reg.
Great show.
Bishop, and of course, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And of course, my man Moody. God bless.
Go.
Yeah.
And live. I think live
broke out.
Yeah.
Broke
Got
out.
that damn onesie again, didn't he?
And thank you, Deontay. Shout out to Deontay Ford. He was in the chat. For
Oh, wow.
All
Okay.
good, all good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And hopefully y'all get a chance to see y'all next week.
All
right,
brother.
man. Hey,
All right,
brothers.
later.
Y'all have a beautiful weekend. Be safe. Be sound.
Have a great one.
All
Be
right.
safe, guys.
Peace.
One, y'all.
All right.